Hey, good morning. Guten Morgen. Let me check the date. Booyah, Thursday already. Really? Thursday, February 7th, 2019. Let me remind you that trading is risky, not appropriate for everyone. Your past performance, good or bad, is not necessarily indicative of future results. Please stay small, stay humble, focus on the long term, and never risk money you cannot afford to lose. Let's go. So, good morning. My name is Wayne McDonald. I am the Chief FX Market Strategist for TradersWay.com. Thank you very much for being a client. I appreciate the respect and loyalty you show me every day, and I try to share that back to you. So, the way I do that is you're the boss. I am the humble currency analyst, trader, and I'll go through the markets as you desire. So, please ask questions, get involved. Participation is the way to be involved. So what currency pairs do you want me to cover? What commodities do you want me to cover? How can I help you with your entries, with your exits, with your analysis, with your bias, all that kind of stuff? That's all up to you. So you're the guide every single day. And I am here every day for you. So to pay back, please visit tradersway.com and open up a trading account today. And the reason for doing that is Traders Way is responsible for making these webinars available to you. So if it's a source of resource, if it is a resource to you, pay it back. If it's a form of entertainment for you, pay it back. If it just helps you deal with loneliness, so maybe it's like it helps you address risk, great, pay it back. Tradersway.com. Also, when you're in the back office to Traders Way, click on the button that says Download MT4. Great. Once you got that done, then you come to this video or the other videos, and just below, in the description of the video below, there's a link that says Download my MT4 chart templates. So you get these, you get the pivots, the daily pivots, the weekly pivots, the monthly pivots, the moving averages with the proper colors, the oscillators with the proper colors, proper settings, separating market from price. It's all done for you. And then there are profiles, all these profiles and all these setups, and it's all available for free. So thank you, TradersWay.com. Thank you for subscribing and leaving comments as well on the Forex.Today channel. Appreciate that. So let's go. How about that pound, huh? Also, I mean, okay, so the Bank of England just came out and did their stuff, but let's kind of move away from that and say, well, look at the Kiwi and the Aussie and some other pairs over the last couple of days. At what point do we want to declare that the uptrend is over? Now, we enjoyed the up, and remember, we spent a lot of time talking about how it was slowing down, ways to identify changes of trend. Oh, thank you for subscribing, and all that kind of stuff, right? And we're on pure technical analysis. So I think we started the week or ended last week with, hey, this can come down, but there's nothing technically indicating that. Right? How many people can confirm that? That we ended last week, and I believe we were up in here somewhere. I guess this is Friday. Or Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Oh, I guess we were here. Okay, so let me get my drawing tool to help illustrate this. But how many people feel like that's where we were let's say intellectually, on Friday, I guess we were here, and we said, look, we have an assumption. We have an assumption that February is going to look like this. And in fact, that assumption goes back to July of last year, that February would be down on the ends. And then on Friday, we said, look, we're very open-minded for the yen pairs to come down, but technically it hasn't happened yet. So blindly shorting is beyond foolish. It's either stupid or financial suicide. You certainly do not have proper technical analysis. So what technical analysis is supposed to do over this period of time is wait for confirmation technically, right? And that's what has occurred in this period of 3 days. Now, how many people would agree with all of that? That's what we talked about Friday, that we felt our plan was that this was going to fall in February, that we also need technical analysis, but also we talked about this downward move in February in July. How many people would agree with all of that? That the plan was down in July, we were waiting for it on Friday, I suggest using technical analysis to confirm before you sell, and now it's fallen. Shane agreed. Ron agreed. Greg, I concur. Daniel agreed. Now that's cool, right? So for you newbies that haven't been here for years and years and years and years and years, it can only be one of two things if that is true. I have a crystal ball and I know the future. Or maybe it's a genie. Right? I studied we'll forget it. We won't go there. So anyways, right? Or, right, if this isn't a crystal ball helping me see into the future, then maybe perhaps it's a repeatable pattern that somehow I've learned over the years. And if that's the case, then maybe you can learn as well. Thank you, Emil. Highlander's a little foggy. Yeah, cool. Henley agreed, right on. I didn't smoke the cigar, by the way. It's right here. But I smoked one 2 days ago, and it was so good. I lit another one up yesterday, and my wife's like, really? I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry. So anyways, that's cool, right? That should make you excited. Like, all right, you didn't get it this year, or maybe you did get it this year, or maybe it will follow on. But I would be excited, like, I would write it down, and then I would, like, do things that would help me remember. And maybe I would do some research, like, what did happen last year at this time? What did happen the year before that at this time? What happened the year before that at this time? And start to really become the expert instead of listen to the expert. Right? Because one day you want to charge money for your expertise, and you can't say, well, I don't really know what's going on here, but my mentor, Wayne McDonald, says it's going to happen, so I think it's going to happen. You know, you can't say that. But what you could say is, you know, I studied over 12 years of price action, and I believe blah, 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 blah. What my analysis has shown me, blah, 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 blah. That's cool, right? That's where you want to go. You want to own this like it's yours. Now, okay, so I taught you. But at least you didn't have to waste 10 years trying to figure it out, right? What's that worth to? Yeah. Two people signed up for training courses yesterday, the full Monties. Welcome. Now things get serious, right? Once you have knowledge, now things get serious. All right, so that's cool. So now what? Well, now use technical analysis to enter trade plans. Okay, so remember the Moo trade yesterday? We talked about this on a daily, right? A daily Moo. And this goes back to, I think, about 13 years ago. I talked about this. You keep selling until the cows come home. Right on, NP. Yeah, back to homework, right? Hey, you know what? I even have homework. Can you believe that I'm studying like the marginal utility of X over the price of X should equal the marginal utility of Y over the, like I'm doing all this again. Man, I hate microeconomics. I don't like the study of one company or one person. I like the study of the globe. I'm a macro guy. But yeah, I have homework, so maybe you guys should be doing homework too, right? Always something new. That's true. You know, and when do you stop learning? A, when your brain has melted, or B, you've died. Because it seems to me, even if you're 80, like, why do you just stop learning? But maybe I have to wait till I'm 80, and maybe I'll just look, I don't give a shit anymore. Right? Maybe that's what happens. You just kind of give up. But I haven't got there yet. So, yeah, I'm still microeconomics. Oh, my God. So anyways, cool. And then, of course, I'm learning quantitative methodology of analysis. That's my other class, which is, some people call it statistics. Okay. All right. So notice how these pivots were narrow. Oops. This was yesterday. And then this is today because the pivots were so crazy. And then this is projected tomorrow based on what has happened. So, you know, maybe something like this, but it's really hard after this. So what I do is I move over to the weeklies and the monthlies because I always have to know where I'm going, right? I'm trying to teach you guys, where are we going? Before you look at what's happening today or what's happening in the next 2 hours, you have to know where you're going. Imagine you're lost in the woods. And every 2 or 3 hours you come up with a plan. What ends up happening over the course of 5 days? You walk in a circle. So shouldn't you have like a map first? And you're like, okay, we're here, and let's go all these miles around the swamp and around this river and stuff. And on the other side of the river, there's a railroad tracks. And from the railroad tracks, eventually we will hit a town, we will hit a road, we will hit something, a train will come along, but we're going to run into human civilization eventually once we get to that. So why don't we go that way? And every 2 hours, we'll make sure we're on track. Thank you, Dr. Scott. Okay. Thank you, Chris Lancelot. See what I mean? So I like to start with that first. So I like to start on a 4 hour first and then move, right? And then you'll say, well, gee whiz, this 4 hour, these dailies are not that helpful. And we say, oh, okay, well, then let's go back to using monthly and weekly first. And now this might kick in. We talked about this if we see a rollover. And I think on a different pair, we had it coming up to the pink area first and then rolling down. Okay, sort of an Arctic turtle scenario. So where are we going then? Where's the railroad tracks? Where's safety? Where's civilization? Well, a bear is thinking this. That would be the month of February. So if that's true and you're a bear, what's price action going to look like over the next 4 weeks, let's say, or 3 weeks? Some sort of, we don't know. I'm just randomly, I'm doing the price action part. Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Something like that, right? It might take 1 month. It might take 2 months. We don't know. And what about a bull now? Okay, what about a bull? What if you think you think bears are ninkau poops? What would a bull want? That's what a bull's going to want. So we hit this next week and then probably work our way back up. Okay? It's not going to be this week, though. It's going to be next week. Why? Because this week, we've already hit our target. Look at this, guys. M3 into our target. Okay? That's on a weekly basis, but we can call this, instead of a WM3, an MM3. And that should do the same pattern, just on a different time frame. And we call that fractal, geometry. So when you tell your friends and stuff, they're like, hey, how'd that Forex thing go? They're like, oh, I found this guy on YouTube. He's been trading Forex for like 20 years, and he's teaching me fractal geometry, and it's free, yo. So I went straight to Trader's Way, and I opened up a trading account, and I'm super excited. I'm downloading his templates. This guy is changing my life. And suddenly I smoke cigars. I don't know why. Fractal geometry. Wow, huh? Yeah, why not? Gold, I tell you, gold. We're in the old buy zone. Okay. Up. Up. Is there any technical reason to be a bear? Only slightly, and on a smaller time frame, maybe. A bear might be thinking selling around here somewhere. I mean, we're basically there, right? I don't think a bear really has much more going on than that. What do you think? Chuck Duck is on a horse? That's cool. Yeah, but that's been covered before, right? Right, Jimbo? So we already know that. The thing is, at what point do you become a bear? Because regardless of the M3, the current market using technical analysis is still bullish. So at what point do you become a bear? And we may be in that point for a lot of people. Okay? If they were already bears. Now, a bull's not ready to concede yet. But a bear may have taken this and has done the whole head and shoulders thing, right? What would you say? That's the neckline. Here's the top of the crown. If I can grab this, there we go. Move this to the break point. La, 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 la. And this is the profit target. The projection, I should say. La 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 la. It's all right. Yeah, Jimbo and lower high and all that. Yeah, yep. So a bear is going to have it this way, as Jimbo is correctly pointing out. Yeah, I'm going to move it to the real body. Oops. There you go. Zamo says gold is expected to rise. Okay. Yeah. I always kind of cringe when people say stuff like that, though. Whoever said it again, Zamo. Like, you're not talking about yourself when you say stuff like that. So then I scratch my head like, well, who are you talking about? Like, and why would I care about them? Why would I care about their opinion? I care about your analysis, right? And then you can share your interpretation of your analysis with me, and I'll probably find it interesting even if I disagree with it. But your opinion, nobody cares about, and someone else's opinion, they're probably crazy psychopaths, right? So I'd rather hear your analysis than like gold is supposed to go up. Like, what the hell does that mean? I can't make money on that, right? So I'd rather you say based on supply and demand, based on seasonality, based on, you have confirmation. Like some people just say, oh, it's secret, central bank buying, and that is such garbage. But if you tell me your analysis, like, hey, I'm still bullish on this because, on a higher time frame, it's still just higher highs and higher lows, and this is just a buy zone, that's good with me. You can say stuff like that. Right? Because now I'm listening to your analysis. And I care about your analysis. And that, like, when I look at something like this is absolutely, on a daily chart, this is absolutely bullish. Right? So Jamo, you should say, well, on a daily chart, this is absolutely still bullish. I look at this like, oh my God, you're so right. This is a roll reversal. We're above the daily 21. Oh my gosh. And then in a week when we're up here, this 21 will be on tickling that wick. And oh, this is gorgeous for a bull. That's the kind of stuff I want to hear from you, Jamo. Oh, look at Jimbo now. Jimbo's going, there's also an Elliott 5-wave completion there. Wow. So what is this? This is your wave 3 expansion wave, right? So what is this? Double bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? No, that doesn't look right. Then what? 3-wave correction? And then resumption? Is that how you do it, Jimo? Insert indicators, custom, zigzag. Oh, come on. Boom. Make it fatty. So 1, 2, 3. So you'd skip that one. Huh. Then what is this? A 4, and then the next one's a 5? I don't know, you Elliott waivers. I just can't do stuff like Elliott wave. I just can't do it. This idea of counting waves, I just hate it so much. I'm not saying it doesn't work. For all I know, it works great. I just hate stuff like that. Oh, okay, Jimbo, it helps. Well, Elliott wave guys do use it. Is what I had it. Yeah, I had it right. Yeah, so here's your double bottom. Basically, it's a double bottom 1, 2, 3, right? new high, new low. So this should predict this, and then the three-wave correction, right? So something like this. And then Jimbo, after it then becomes a three-wave correction, right? Of what, this whole move? And then resumption. I guess I got to go another color here. Double bottom, higher high, and repeat this, I guess, right? Yeah. Cool. See, I know just enough to sound stupid. Cool. Cool. Yeah, I despise that. For me. For anyone else, if that helps you, great. Counting waves. All right. What do I think about the pound? I think the pound is being influenced by Brexit. And Brexit is impacting both the euro and the eurozone and the UK in the eurozone economy. But it would be easy for the Europeans to say, well, we'd be in much better shape if it wasn't for the Brexit issue and the drag that that's putting on our economy. But then you have places like Italy that still sucks. I mean, their economy is in shambles, right? So I'm like, if it wasn't for Brexit, then we'd be dealing with Italy and Greece probably is somewhere in there. And how like Ireland's doing fine. Is Portugal doing all right? I was supposed to be in Portugal back in December, so I looked up hotel prices, and it was so unbelievably cheap. I live in a tiny town in the middle of Georgia in the United States. It's not California prices, it's not New York prices, right? It's quite affordable compared to the rest of the United States. Then I look at Portugal. I could stay at a beautiful resort for half the price, maybe 30 cents on the dollar compared to my little town in the middle of nowhere. And it'd be much nicer, right? The hotel in Portugal is much nicer, in a much nicer location. And like, oh my God, Portugal's so cheap. Yeah, but nobody works, right, Silva? I've heard they're turning elementary schools into old folks' homes because the working class have moved away to other countries to get work. I mean, oh my gosh, if that's true, right? So is that the fault of the English or the British? But anyway, so there's massive problems on that side of the pond, right? That they're not going away anytime soon. So anyways, going back to here, oil seems to be handling things all right. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot going on in Switzerland again, which is kind of interesting. I might have some interesting projects to do in Switzerland. Is that right, Alejandro? So anyways, what do you want to do on this? Well, what we talked about, this is a week ago, or I guess on Friday, we talked about, as long as it's still above here, there's no, you can certainly still be a bull. Okay, just like the analysis of the other things. If you're a bear, you're looking up for bear setups first. 100% retracement, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Okay? So on a 4 hour up until now, even including now, you can still be a bull. On a smaller time frame, if you were a bear, on Friday I said, well, you need to wait for confirmation. Where would a bear sell? A bear would sell here on Monday. This is where it opened. So by the end of Monday, that's a great place to sell. So does that mean you sell up here? Yeah, you really could if you got your fingers on the pulse. That you're really doing your job. Okay? But what do you do after there's 100% retracement? Okay? Set up the lower high. Okay? So you're not getting perfect price action, but they're roughly where you'd expect. So most likely, seeing this price action, you probably would have taken it short there. Okay? And then using, again, price action, you probably would have been more interested in here. You didn't think it was going to come up again. But, so it's kind of fighting you. But why is it fighting you? Because in this time frame, you have all the right in the world to be a bear. The problem is the bulls are not ready. Okay? So what if we just repeat this pattern? Do you think the bears would be ready here to concede? So you have to put that in mind. Like, when are the bulls going to concede and give you the market if you're a bear? Here, they have no intention whatsoever. They're like, are you nuts? I'm taking profit. I ain't getting out. I'm just taking, right? And you think a bull is going to get out now? They're like, are you nuts? I'm just thinking about pulling the trigger here. So when do they give up? Well, that would change a lot of people's minds, right? Okay, so would you agree that this blue area is important? The answer, of course, is yes. And if we were using weekly pivot points, you would say, oh, well, this is a weekly M1. So in the book of Forex, the good book of Forex, otherwise known as Strategic and Tactical Forex Trading, Wayne wrote that we would fall, from the weekly M3 to the weekly M1. Oh, well, that's what this is. So a bull is paying attention. A bull might buy it here because that's a bullish buy zone. Or a bull might buy it here because that's where bears will take profit. Okay? And do you think a bull is happy buying it here after this downward move? Well, all we did was go from monthly M3 to monthly central pivot, which is perfectly acceptable on the long run. Hey, somebody's spamming us to go to their blog and read about cryptocurrency and stuff. What do you think? Do you guys want me to post it, or should I ban them for spamming? They say, hello, friends, but I don't think they know you. What do you think I should do? Oh, Okay. Wait. All right. Huh. Well, you know, it's a marketing technique that must fail. Okay, they're gone. Yeah. It was blocked, and now I banned them. So for anyone else that's interested in spamming people, let me just tell you that people don't appreciate it. And even if you have a great product and service that they might be interested in, you've just ruined it. So that is not the way to build an audience. Just FYI. Yeah. You have to earn your audience. You can't steal them. Cool. But they'll find out like, oh my God, that's going to take like 20 years to build an audience. Yeah, it's called a business. Yeah. Stealing's not a business. All right. I did get a request for ZAR. Let's do some ZAR. Let's do, just because we have so many South African brothers and sisters with us. Where am I going to do it? Let's go in here. You too, Shug. Yeah, I already wish Daniel a Happy New Year. And I guess to everybody else, Happy New Year. Quite a few people are in China for the New Year. I still don't know if I'm going, so I doubt it a little bit. All right, so let's put it here. Here it is. Let me see. Did I have a trade plan designed for you guys already? I said it would come down to here, huh? Well, what do you think? Did it work out? So I did this for you guys a month ago. How do you feel about it now? A very, very clear trade plan, right? And you can see that I didn't have any more room. This would have been to the full right of the chart, so I couldn't see anything to the right of that. And there would have been no information here, so we were still up there. Yeah, not bad, right? The thing is, do you follow these trade plans? I don't know. And do you have trade plans? That I don't know either. But it looks like it worked out pretty well. Cool. So one of the things we can do here is say, well, how did he do it? This guy's a madman. How did he possibly do it? This guy's beyond belief. And then you find out, oh, well, that's a short at the M3 down into a target. Huh. Well, that makes sense. And then you find out it was very simple. Huh. Well, that's easy. You can do that, right? I know you can. You got that in your bag. You got that shot in your bag. Now, for some reason, I have it extended a little further, and I might have been looking at the time, looking forward to probably that, thinking that's where a bull would buy. It's not genius, though. It's not. That's what I'm trying to tell you. If you've taken, like, let's just say the swing trading course, right? You take the swing trading course, and you're in the swing trading group or whatever. And you're taught this. This is just, it's that. There it is. So, you know, Mozart's a genius for writing, you know, his music. But we're not even writing music here. We're just playing other people's music. Right? This is just technical analysis. You can learn this. And if you haven't learned it from the free webinars, look, you pay the money, whatever it is, $1,000, and suddenly you now know how to do this, and you're like, oh my God, this is actually pretty straightforward. Okay? So like if you don't know how to do that, it's awesome. You pay $1,000 and now you learn. Or you attend these webinars every day for a year and then you learn. Either way, you can learn this. It's not genius at all. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's basic technical analysis. Now, my big question is like, what does everybody else do? Right? In the world of trading, like what, besides that, like that's so straightforward. I'm not sure what everyone else is doing, nor do I understand why they would do it. You see what I mean? So cool, right on. That's just technical analysis. Boom. That's you, baby. It's all yours. Okay. Oh, a bull. Let me go. What did I killed it? No, okay. A bull. All right. Yeah. Well, is the market bullish? Alex says, should a bull blah, 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 blah. Let's just start with that. All right. Is the market bullish? The answer is no. We haven't even made a higher high. Okay. I'm not doing lira. Sorry. We're doing ZAR today. And as far as exotics, that's all I'm going. Okay. So, do you want to be a bull in a bearish market? Well, I wouldn't recommend it. You can, like I've said before, twice the risk, half the reward. Not ideal. You can do it, of course, and you could even make money. But it's not going to be a lot of money. You're picking up pennies in front of a freight train. Okay? All right. So, do you think a bear could sell this now? Okay. So that's clearly resistance. So you know you can't buy it there. You could have bought it down here. The only thing you would have had is that weekly pivot, but that was predictable. Okay? That's very predictable. So you had that little short-term move. It's not ideal, but it is predictable. And bears are definitely, I would say definitely are going to sell there, but we don't know how many bulls are waiting. We don't know how many orders are stacked there. So a bull would be better off buying at exactly the same price, but buying here. Okay? That's called a double bottom. Okay? And that's step one of my favorite plan. Okay? So you could buy that. It's a double bottom. It's a reversal pattern, and you're waiting, and as a bull in a bearish market, you're waiting for a reversal. So a double bottom is absolutely acceptable. This is scalping. This is a proper bullish trade. See, scalping doesn't have a bias. A bullish trade can't begin until you at least have a reversal pattern. Okay? The second part, number two, is the higher high. Number one is the double bottom. Number two is the higher high. Wait for it. You can't buy it here. You're at resistance. Number 3 is the role reversal. And that's, if I were me and I was a bull in a bearish market, you could buy 1 or you could buy 3. Okay? So if I were me, I would do it that way. Cool, right? Did anybody find that helpful? I think you should take a screenshot and then recreate it and put down your rules of engagement for buying in a bearish market. Or buying, as you see at that point it's not bearish, buying when you're a bull in a bearish market, and then reverse it. How do you sell in a market that is currently bullish? I would write down these rules of engagement. I would literally print out a new chart. I would write them with stinky markers. This is right out of my book. Write it down with stinky markers. There's a real logical reason for using stinky markers. And then print it out and either put it on your wall or put it in a binder. But the problem with the binders, you put it away. Okay? Oh, right on, Gary. And you need to get instinctful. Okay? There was someone at FX Bootcamp, I made them do that 100 times. They did it 100 times, and it had a positive impact. Okay? Do I get a like for that? Is that am I fishing for likes? How do you confirm a double bottom? Let me see. How do you confirm a double bottom? Candlesticks on lower time frames, or you just place it? Oh, well, yeah, so one way to do it, okay? So we're talking 4 hour, right? So imagine you're on a 1 minute or a 5 minute, okay? And you're right there on the double bottom. How do you get in? Check it out. You ready? You remember this thing called fractal geometry I covered earlier? Fractal geometry has to do with, like, imagine a picture. Okay, imagine a picture and it's got pixels. This is a low resolution picture. Those are big pixels. Okay, but imagine every pixel. So let's say there's 1 pixel. If you zoomed in, you saw the whole picture again. All the information of the entire picture is also contained inside of every pixel of the macro picture. So that you could zoom in and you'd have perfect resolution. Here contains all the information here. So to bring it back, how do you know when to pull the trigger if price returns to here? Well, this is a 4 hour now. So when you're actually on this price, 113.29, you drop into let's say a 5 minute chart, and you're going to see something that looks like this. And on the 4 hour, it's going to look like this, because it's all within one 4 hour candle, right? And you will see a double bottom, higher high, higher low. One, 2, 3. The same pattern you're trading here is happening way inside this little pixel, inside the 4 hour candle. Okay, there's 4 hours worth of price action. This might be 45 minutes worth of price action. So it's buried inside of this candle. And people on the 4 hour chart don't even see it. But if you came in now and you used your special microscope and you went and you looked into just that 45-minute period of the 4-hour period. So here's the 4-hour period. And you're now just zooming in using your bionic eye into this area. Guess what you'd see? The same thing. That's why it's fractal geometry. I treat a 5-minute chart the same way as I treat a daily chart. Okay? Huh? Right? Now you can tell your friends and your family that you're learning fractal geometry and you'll sound smart. I did a webinar, not a webinar, I did an actual presentation probably 2 or 3 times when I was doing the conference tours and stuff, going to like Traders Expos and what was the other one? The money shows. And I went to a lot of conferences around the world, but one of them I enjoyed doing was fractal geometry and chaos theory. So fractal geometry has to do with multiple time frames and using technical analysis. And chaos theory has to do with, you know, there's an earthquake, right? There's an earthquake in Ecuador. No, there's an earthquake in Chile. Copper prices go up. Okay. And sometimes when copper prices go up, all metals go up, including gold and silver. Right? And if that's going up, sometimes like the dollar will fall, right? And the pound yen will go up. And it all started with, you know, a butterfly flapped its wings in Ecuador and caused an earthquake. Or maybe the butterfly flapped its wings in China and that brought massive rain to Chile and it flooded all the aqueducts, or not aqueducts, what do you call it, the underwater, you know, and that stress created an earthquake, and that earthquake shut down copper mines, and the copper mines created a potential shortage in metals, and so the whole metal complex went up, and because of that the dollar fell, and because the dollar fell, blah 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 blah. Right, and that's exactly right, Chuck. So what I'm saying is all of this is logical, but you may not understand it now, so it seems like chaos. And that's what chaos theory is some people might see like the market looks like this to them. And this is your financial advisor. He tells you, oh, you cannot predict the market. There's nothing that you could do. Let's just buy a whole bunch of random stocks from all areas of from every sector, from everything good and bad. In fact, I'm so stupid, I can't even do anything except buy mutual funds and ETFs for you because I can't even pick stocks anymore. I'm so dumb. And so this is all just random. By the way, I get paid when I buy you a bunch of random crap. And then if the stock market falls, I'm going to lose money if you withdraw your cash from my investment firm. So I'm just going to tell you, well, you can't time any of this. This is all chaos, and I bought you a whole bunch of crap, so you should be diversified. You won't go that poor. Please leave your money in my account so I can charge you 1% for doing nothing but buying you ETFs and mutual funds. Please hang on and ride it out. And then someone comes along, you're like, well, actually, there's discernible patterns in all this chaos. And there are things you can do to plan and prepare and protect yourself from these risks. That's nice. And the chaos goes away. That's what I'm trying to teach you to do, to take care of yourself. Protect your money, protect your loved ones and your family and your friends. The world needs a hero. Might as well be you, because no one's coming to save you. No one's coming to protect your money, your assets, your future, the future of your children. That's all up to you. So I'm trying to teach you, how in the ways that I know. So again, thank you very much for being on my team. Thank you very much for being a client of Trader's Way. I hope these webinars are helpful. Thank you for the comments you leave. Thank you for the thumbs up you give. Remember, visit Trader's Way, open an account, download MT4. Then in the video description below, there's a link to download all my chart templates and all my profiles and all my indicators. Please do that and upload that to your new Trader's Way trading platform. And then I'll see you tomorrow and Monday and Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday and Friday, and hopefully together as a team, your trading will improve. So thank you for being on my team every day. Again, please subscribe to the Forex.Today YouTube channel. Please like, please subscribe, please share, that kind of stuff. And don't forget to watch, I think, the other 4,000 videos I have on YouTube, either on FX Bootcamp channel, on Trader's Way channel, or Forex.Today channel. See you tomorrow, guys. Cheers.